Giants win total under-over is 80.5. People who left: pitchers Shelby Miller, Carlos Rodon, Jose Alvarez, and Jarlin Garcia. Position players: Brandon Belt, Evan Longoria, and Tommy LaStella. They traded for nobody. Free agency re-signings: Michael Conforto, Taylor Rogers, Mitch Haniger, Ross Stripling, Sean Manaea, and re-signing Jock Peterson. No coaching changes, while under the radar minor league signings: Joe Ross, Stephen Piscotty, and Sean Newcomb. Mr. Gargaro, what grade are you giving these Giants and why?
Yeah, the Giants. I'll touch on their win total as well, but for their offseason grade, the only thing that they did to me was re-sign Jock, and that's just going to allow him to bet on himself this year. So probably is going to have a pretty good season. This is probably like a C- to a D+ for me. They swung and missed on a ton of free agents. They just didn't really do anything to me to make their team any better than it was last year. So I can't go any higher than a D or D+. And then as far as their win total goes, just looking at their roster up and down, especially when the fact that they lost Rodon, this is like the definition of average for me. This is like 81 and 81.
Yes, sir. I definitely feel you right there. C-Mac, what grade you giving these Giants and why?
I got to give them D+. I mean, they swung and missed, like you mentioned. The whole thing with Correa and that whole mess with the Mets and then them. I never really thought, I don't know, maybe the money, but Judge, and obviously he stayed in New York with there. And Conforto, Haniger, I guess they're all right. They re-signed Jock. I mean, they picked pitching, they didn't do much. They get Stripling. I mean, this team, if I were to take their team total, I don't know, if I bet, I'd be on their under. I mean, I just wouldn't be rushing to bet that they win 82 games this year. Third base, we'll see what happens. They got a pretty good guy, Casey Schmidt, down in there. I think he's 22 or 23. He's got some jack. We'll see if he becomes their everyday third baseman. So, yeah, Giants just said they were going to get somebody, pay a bunch of money. Nothing really happened. And, I definitely got to give them a D. I don't think they really improved in many areas.
Sorry, I was just going to ask either one of you guys a question. Is Rogers worth what they paid for him?
Oh yeah, they got Rogers for.
They got Trevor Rogers.
They got Rogers.
I think he's the second best closer in baseball.
$33 million. And that's one of the things that stopped me from going any lower on them, because that was one of the signings that like we didn't talk about initially. That I'm like okay.
I was going to talk about him. I know, it's all good though. I definitely think that's a big deal, signing Rogers to a back end, and even adding Ross Stripling and Sean Manaea. They're going to eat up innings for a team who was starting Jake Junis and guys like that and Long and guys that just didn't belong there last year. So I actually lean their win total over. They're one of those teams that even when they're not in it, they still win. They're one of the class organizations in baseball, sad to say. They don't have down years, and this team total is too low, in my opinion, for a team that didn't overbuy on Judge or Correa because they understand what's out there in the market, because they're a good organization. They could have overpaid. They could have signed the dude with a bum knee. They could have went after Judge and offered him even more. No, they didn't. They're smart. They know how to spend their money, and I definitely don't. I'm not a big Stripling or Manaea fan, but they're definitely better than who they had. So I'll give them a D+.
Real quick, they're inning eaters, but I don't see them more than that though, Sharpie. I mean, let's say gambling wise, I wouldn't be crazy about betting the over. I mean, they could win 84 games or something, but yeah, I mean,
it's up there, but 80.5, it's about right.
See, I think if they go over, it's not by much, and you're sweating it all year, all season.